Welcome to Wisdom Uploaded. We're here to give you the fast track on essential intelligence, and today we're really diving into the big shifts in digital marketing, things that are happening right now. If you're running a business, any size really, well, the next year is going to demand some pretty strategic choices. Choices that could determine if you lead or, lag behind.
Exactly. And look, we know there's just a ton of information out there. It can feel overwhelming. So that's why our mission today, speaking as part of Digital Time Savers, is quite tactical. We're going to take the most impactful digital marketing trends for 2025 and really distill them, break them down into strategies you can actually use. We want to show you how to boost that brand loyalty and maybe more importantly, make sure your marketing spend is actually profitable.
Okay, so if we zoom out a bit first, what's the core philosophical shift? What's really needed for success in 2025?
It's recognizing that the whole spray and pray approach to marketing, that's really over. Done. Success isn't about trying to be everywhere all at once anymore. It's shifted. It's about precision. It means being exactly where your ideal customer is and delivering content that feels personal, authentic, and genuinely valuable to them right in that moment.
Right. Okay, let's unpack that first piece then.
Yeah.
Personalization. You mentioned precision. What's the single biggest trend driving that? What do we really need to tackle first as the foundation for everything else?
Yeah, that foundation is definitely AI-driven personalization. It's still the most crucial trend, I'd say. And the shift here, it isn't just about optimizing things anymore. It's moving from, looking back at analytics to proactively generating personalized content using AI. These AI systems, they can analyze just massive amounts of data super quickly, super accurately, and that lets brands tailor recommendations, messages, even the creative stuff, to what individual users actually prefer in real time.
And we see this all the time, don't we, in our own lives?
We absolutely do. I mean, think about Netflix or Spotify. They aren't just throwing generic stuff at you. Their algorithms are constantly learning your specific taste to keep you hooked, keep you engaged. So for businesses, adopting AI means, much better customer retention, improved marketing ROI too, because you're not wasting money on messages that just don't land. Honestly, companies that aren't exploring how to integrate these tools right now, they're going to find it really tough to keep up.
Okay, but I have to push back slightly there. AI tools, they're not always cheap, right? And really deep personalization needs serious tech infrastructure. Is this really essential for everyone? Or is it more for the big Fortune 500s with huge IT budgets?
That's a really important point. And the answer is, scalable AI is becoming much more accessible. You don't need to build your own custom neural network from scratch. It's more about leveraging the tools that already exist. Things for dynamic ad creative or maybe predictive modeling to see who might leave. The necessity comes from realizing, look, if you're not personalizing, your competitor probably is. And generic content. It just gets ignored these days.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
Okay, but here's where it gets really interesting for me. If personalization means using more data, how on earth do we deal with the growing concerns about consumer privacy? It feels like a direct conflict, strategically.
It absolutely does feel like that sometimes. And that brings us straight to our next key trend, privacy-centric marketing. You nailed it. Consumers are demanding transparency now and security. The strategy here isn't just about ticking compliance boxes. It's fundamentally about building trust. And if we connect this back, right, successful personalization now, it completely depends on adopting clear, consent-based data practices. You have to be crystal clear about how you use customer data and your security. It needs to be absolutely top tier.
Yeah, we've seen huge players like Apple really push this shift with their privacy updates. So what's the practical takeaway for marketers who maybe relied heavily on things like third-party cookies?
The big implication is the urgent need to prioritize first-party data collection. That's data you collect directly from your audience with their explicit consent. When you own that data relationship, you can personalize effectively without sacrificing that customer trust. And trust really is the ultimate currency. So adapting now means shifting resources, moving away from tracking people all over the web and towards creating genuinely valuable interactions that make people want to share their data with you within your own ecosystem.
Okay, shifting gears a bit from data privacy into channels. How people get information has changed so much. We're not always typing into a search bar anymore, are we? We're talking to our devices. So how does a business adjust its content strategy for someone speaking to Alexa or Google Assistant instead of tapping on a keyboard?
Right, and that takes us neatly into trend 2, voice search optimization. With smart speakers everywhere now, people just default to asking questions naturally, conversationally. So your content, It has to evolve to match that. You need to stop thinking just about isolated keywords and start thinking about complete spoken questions and the answers to them, the kind of language you'd use when asking a friend for help.
So basically structuring content around answering those who, what, when, where, why questions quickly and naturally.
Precisely, yeah. And if you want a quick win example, look at Domino's Pizza. They successfully integrated voice ordering, made it super simple, just a verbal command. It really proves that optimizing for voice isn't just about ranking for some generic term. It's about removing friction, making the buying journey easier.
Okay, let's talk speed. If voice search is fast, then short-form videos like warp speed, right? How essential is that stuff? TikTok, Reels, Shorts for a brand trying to connect with new audiences.
Oh, it remains absolutely critical. No question. Short-form video is like the primary way to grab attention quickly in today's crowded digital world. It's essential for getting brand messages across fast, and it really encourages that immediate social sharing, the key insight strategically. The algorithms on these platforms prioritize content that delivers instant value and gets people engaged right away. So it has to be creative, authentic, and super concise, often, under 15 seconds even, just to cut through all the noise.
Yeah, Chipotle really nailed this, didn't they?
Yeah.
By embracing user-generated stuff and the native trends on TikTok, they really boosted their brand awareness just by adopting the format, not trying to fight it.
Exactly. They played the game. But okay, if short video hooks them fast, what's next? How do we make sure they don't just scroll right past after those few seconds? How do we turn passive viewers into, active participants, people who actually interact?
Right. This is where we need to actually encourage them to do something, not just watch.
And that's interactive content. Our seventh trend, we're talking about things like quizzes, polls, maybe interactive infographics, even AR filters on social media. This kind of content boosts engagement significantly because it actually demands action from the user. They have to participate. And, crucially, it lengthens the time they spend interacting with your brand, which gives you more opportunity to deliver your message and, importantly, collect valuable zero-party data they give you willingly.
Yeah, that's the ultimate win-win, isn't it? BuzzFeed's quizzes are like the classic example. Massive sharing, tons of engagement, and they learn directly what their audience likes and prefers.
Exactly. And speaking of immersive interactions, we really need to touch on augmented reality, or AR. What's fascinating here is how it's moved from being this sort of niche tech demo into becoming a really significant practical tool in the marketing toolbox.
AR always used to feel a bit like a high-cost gimmick, maybe a vanity project. But you're saying it's practical now, delivers actual business results.
Yeah, it does. AR offers these unique, immersive ways for consumers to interact by blending digital stuff with the real world. And the strategic use isn't just novelty anymore. It's often about mitigating risk for the consumer. The classic example everyone points to is IKEA. Their app lets you virtually place furniture in your own room before you commit to buying it. That massively reduces buyer uncertainty, which in turn leads to higher customer satisfaction and, critically for the business, a measurable drop in product returns. So for any business with a physical product, AR is becoming pretty essential in that pre-purchase phase.
Okay, if we step back from the tech for a moment and look at the brand relationship itself, are consumers really prioritizing things like ethics and sustainability now? Or is that still kind of secondary to price and convenience?
Oh, it is definitely not secondary anymore. This brings us to trend 5. Sustainability and ethical marketing. It's huge. Consumers, especially younger generations, they really value transparency deeply. So if a brand wants long-term loyalty heading into 2025 and beyond, showing a consistent commitment to ethical practices, to environmental sustainability, it's pretty much non-negotiable. And it has to be genuinely integrated into how you do business, not just a slogan slapped onto a marketing campaign.
Patagonia is the gold standard there, right? They've shown this consistent, decades-long commitment to environmental causes. Clear messaging, clear actions. Authenticity really does win loyalty.
Absolutely. And authenticity is also driving the evolution we're seeing in influencer marketing. There's a noticeable shift away from those really expensive, broad-reach celebrity endorsements.
So is traditional influencer marketing kind of dying then? Is it still effective?
Well, it's definitely shifting, moving towards micro and even nano influencers. These are people who might have smaller follower counts, maybe just in the thousands or tens of thousands. But crucially, their audiences are highly engaged, super focused on specific niches. And this is key, they trust the influencer more. This shift lets brands build more authentic, trusted relationships with really targeted groups of consumers. And often it's at a fraction of the cost of a big celebrity deal.
Right. Brands like Glossier have used micro-influencers so effectively. They drive genuine sales because those influencers have real, personal connections within very specific communities.
Uh-huh.
Their recommendations just feel more potent, more real than a big celebrity ad.
Exactly. Okay, finally, we need to sort of tie this all together. The whole customer journey. People move so seamlessly now, right? Between your website, your app, maybe a physical store, social media. How do we make sure they don't feel like they're starting from scratch every single time they interact with the brand in a different place?
Ah, that structural thing. Merging the digital and physical data streams so it feels like one continuous conversation, eliminating those friction points. That's omnichannel integration, right?
Exactly. That's trend 9. Consumers just expect seamless interactions now, across every possible channel. Achieving true omnichannel integration means unifying your backend systems. So the customer journey feels cohesive, smooth, no matter the touch point they use. It dramatically enhances their experience and builds that loyalty.
Sephora is a great example there. They've really mastered integrating their mobile app with the in-store experience. You can check points, look up products, see past purchases, whether you're standing in the store or sitting on your couch using your phone. It just works.
Right. So look, if we connect all these dots, whether we're talking about using AI ethically or mastering short video or using AR to cut down on returns, these 10 trends, they really all point towards one core goal, being hyper-focused on the individual customer's needs and delivering real value without any friction. That's the heart of it.
Okay, but that sounds potentially overwhelming for, say, a small business owner, maybe someone with a team of 3. No dedicated budget for complex AI or pricey AR development. What's the immediate low barrier advice for them? Looking at this list, where should they actually start tomorrow?
Yeah, that's a crucial question. If you're running a small organization and feeling the pressure of all this change, you've got to focus on impact versus effort. Where can you get the most bang for your buck or your time? So start with simple but really effective strategies that don't need huge capital investment. First, I'd say prioritize voice search optimization. It's relatively easy to adjust your website copy to use those conversational Q&A formats, and honestly, a lot of competitors overlook it. Second, get laser focused on short-form videos. They are just essential for visibility now, and they really demand creativity more than a big budget. And finally, look into partnering with relevant micro-influencers. It's a fantastic way to build genuine trust with specific niche audiences almost immediately. Start small, test things out, and scale what works.
Excellent. Really practical advice. Okay, so as we wrap up this exploration of the 2025 trends, here's a final thought, maybe a provocative one, for you listening. How will this increasing reliance on first-party data, which privacy demands are forcing, how will that influence the sheer creativity needed to attract brand new customers? People who aren't already in your funnel. It seems like it's going to force marketers to be much more imaginative in that initial outreach, relying less on pinpoint data targeting and maybe more on creating truly valuable, potentially viral content that pulls people in organically.
That's a fantastic strategic challenge to leave everyone with. It suggests the future of marketing might be less about tweaking algorithms and maybe more about sheer ingenuity.
Absolutely. So if that shift to first-party data has you worried about finding new leads, or if you just need some help bringing these critical 2025 trends to life for your business, maybe implementing AI ethically, mastering short video, or launching an effective micro-influencer campaign, please do reach out to our team at Digital Time Savers. We operate with strategic insight, transparency, and always focus on measurable results. We genuinely love to help you leverage these trends and grow your business with solutions tailored just for you.